Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. From time to time, from now on, I will try to include some videos in English so that more of you would understand, and we will see how far it goes. Anyway, today I would like to introduce an Audi A6 from the C8 generation from 2018. This car is with the 50 TDI engine, the 3-liter diesel with 286 horsepower. As you can see, it's finished in the very beautiful sand grey color, and it's in the S-Line exterior. I will show you the features both on the exterior and the interior as well. Let's start with opening the trunk. You just press and hold this button, or you can also open it from the door handle. And as you can see, it's carpeted in a really nice material. It is soft and easy to clean, and there are also a bunch of nice features in the trunk, such as the handle to fold down the seats. There's also a hook for bags, an LED strip for lighting, and it can be found on the other side, so the illumination is quite nice in the evening. You also have the hook and the handle to fold down the the right portion of the seat. There is an elastic band and a storage area with an elastic net for smaller items. There is a third lighting here, and also you can find a switch here which will unlock the tow hook, and you just need to rotate it out. It clicks and it holds in place, and you can tow 2 tons with this car. Below the floor there is also a storage area, and below this one you can find the subwoofer for the Bang & Olufsen audio system. Also, the cover is operated electrically, which moves in this rail, and as you are closing the trunk, it will go back to its original position for rear visibility. As you can see, the car is equipped with the black accenting package at the sides of the rear windshield, at the lights, as well as the exhaust tips. And from the sides you can see that the window frames are also finished in a glossy black color, and that the rear side windows and the windshield is tinted. It looks really nice from here. And also, as part of the package, the front grille also comes with a glossy black finish around it and at the edges of the bumpers. This car has matrix LED lights, so when you open it, it will show you a light feature. And it's daytime, but at nighttime it's really looking nice, and it has a nice feature with the rear lights as well. And as part of the S-Line package, because this says Audi Sport, this comes with 20-inch wheels with 245/45 Michelin tires. And now it's time to turn our attention to the interior, which is easily the best part of the car. It's finished in a 2-tone color scheme. It's almost white. It's a really light, almost white color on the seats and the armrests, and also on the door inserts. And in the lower part, it's a darker gray. But it's not black, which is really good. It's really practical in terms of cleaning, because black would attract any kind of dirt that would get into the interior. This is a lot easier to clean, and in my opinion it also gives a more elegant look. It's also worth to check out the door panel, which is beautiful in its own right. As you can see, it's wrapped in leather in the top part. Below that you can find a dark brown wood insert, which is really elegant. And also there is an LED strip here, and when we close the door and start the car, it will be visible. This is part of the mood lighting. It's really tasteful. Below that you can find this strip of aluminum, or aluminium as you like, with the memory buttons inserted for the seats. And below that there is a speaker grill, and there is another one here with the Bang & Olufsen label, and it's really nice that it's not shouting in your face what brand it is. It's just a subtle hint, basically, so it goes well with the car's elegant interior. And also this door insert with the Alcantara finish is really nice material. Let's start the car up so you can see the displays coming to life. The start button is here, just in front of the transmission. At startup, you can also hear this welcome sound. And let's start with the displays one by one. The lower screen is mostly responsible for the functions of the air conditioning, but it's not limited to that. Sometimes you would use it as a keyboard or a handwriting recognition pad. But first of all, let me show you how the screen works, because it's not really the same as with the other manufacturers. There is a touch and a click which can be separated. So let's say you want to turn on the seat heating, and it's a selection, like here, plus or minus. If you have to select something, it's not enough to just touch it lightly like you would on your phone. You see it's already lighting up, but it's not really doing anything until you touch it a bit more firmly, and then it will click and will also vibrate a bit so that you know that you selected something. By the way, it's also not bad that you can use the seat ventilation and heating at the same time. In rainy weather, it can be quite handy. So for selection, you always have to touch the screen a bit more firmly. But if you are using it in the slide function, let's say with the temperature here, you don't have to click it firmly. It's just a slide. It's like a slide feature on your phone. It's basically the same. And then you can, of course, adjust by half centigrades. But if you want to make a bigger adjustment, you can slide it up and down easily. Also, there are some features in here. If you want to set an individual temperature, you can do it here, also with the sliding. And if you want to sync them again, you just pinch together and it says sync on. There are the additional functions for the climate control. You can also find the sync button here. You can adjust the rear, and then it says it's rear mode. So if you want to change the temperature or the air outlets or the fan speed, you can also do it from here, but there is also a climate control in the rear part of the cabin. And with this, you can exit the rear mode. On the top part, there are also buttons to switch off the auto stop start feature, the lane keeping assist. You can find some additional shortcuts here for the navigation. If you want to load your address or something, you can click it here, and then with just one click it will insert into the navigation system. Also, you can switch off and change the settings of the head-up display, and you can switch on or off the screen above. And with turning it back on, it's time to focus our attention on the screen, which is the main screen of the car. The functionalities of the main screen are divided up to 5 parts. First of all, let's start with home. You can find basically all the functions as you would here, plus the settings of the car, the phone apps. Phone apps is either the Android Auto or the CarPlay, which can be connected with the USB cable, and then if either one or the other is connected, then you would see Android Auto or CarPlay. And also on the second page, you have messages, user settings, and also some other apps that are, I don't think that are very useful, but maybe for somebody else. Below that, you can find the radio, and you can also see here that for scrolling, actually it scrolls really nicely. For scrolling, it's really just like a normal touch screen. You don't have to click it or touch it hard. Below the function of the radio, there is the media, which can be either the Bluetooth. This car even has a disk drive if you want that, or you can use a USB. And also, there is an SD card slot. Below that, there is the phone and also the navigation, which is normally displayed in the satellite mode, and it's actually quite useful and looks really nice. But now the phone is not connected to the car because of the microphone, so it won't display it, just as the normal navigation. Of course, you can switch between day and night or automatic modes. If you want to enter a destination, you can click search. And now on the bottom part, the keyboard or the handwriting recognition comes alive, and then you can enter the destination. So either by let's say you want to go to the airport, you can write airport. Let's see if it... Yes, it does. And it will take you to the closest international airport. But you can also use it as a keyboard, just selecting like here. And then it's a normal keyboard as it would be on your phone. Also, if you exit this, I can show a bunch of features for the seats. And if you click the seat button here, you will find the additional settings for the seats, including the adjustments for the bolsters on the backrest and the lower part as well. You can also adjust the length of the seat. It's not an extension, I will show you on this one, but the front part of the seat, it will just slide out a bit more. So both for shorter and taller guys, it can be a nice, nicely adjusted seat. In here, you can find the selection for the massaging functions. There are the massaging styles here, and you can also set the intensity. This is the maximum. It doesn't mean that it's so hard, but it's or it's so powerful, but it's really nice on a long trip, and you don't get fatigued as much. And on the third page, you can find and fine-tune the balance of the seat heating. So either you want the backrest to be a bit more warm, or the lower part. It can be set in either direction. Below and behind the screens, in the center console, you can find the armrest for the front occupants, and as you can see, it can slide either front or back. You can open it up. You can adjust its height by just opening up a bit, and it will stay like this. You can put your arm here, there's no problem. And if you open it up completely, there is a smaller storage area here with USB, SD and a SIM connection, and there is also a wireless charging area here. This is an S23 Ultra that I'm making the video from, and it does fit in here, and it can charge the phone nicely. And next to it, there is also a smaller area for keys and other stuff like that. In front of it, there is a double cup holder. It can be closed or opened if you want. Also, it comes with a holder for the key itself, a 12-volt outlet, and space for 2 cups or 2 bottles. Next to the cup holders, there is a button for the auto hold function, which is really nice because then you don't have to keep your foot on the brake pedal when you are stopped. And in front of it, there is a switch if you want to engage the parking brake manually. In front of that, there is the gear shift lever. You have to click this button and touch the brakes to select the gear. Now I'm selecting reverse, so you can see the backup camera's view from here. It's really nice. There is a top-down view, so if there is something on your side, you can see it a bit more easily. This is the rear camera. You can switch it to the front, either by selecting drive, then it will switch to the front camera, or by selecting out of the many options what angle you would like to see, basically. There is also a 3D, which means that you can rotate the camera angles around the car. It moves really smoothly, I think. And also, I'm presently below an underpass to provide some shade, but it really shows the environment beautifully. And you can also select from some various views, either from the 3D or the normal angles. You can see some wide angle views if you want, to the rear or to the front as well. You can check the front tires or the rear tires if you are maybe next to a curb and you don't want to hit the wheels. And in front of the gear shift lever, you can find the volume knob, which is really nice because it's a physical knob, and also you can select the tracks with sliding it or clicking it left or right, and it's really nice for the passenger, so then he or she doesn't have to find some functions on the screen to select the track or to change it to another radio station. Also, there are some buttons for the drive select, which is like comfort or sport. This car also is equipped with air suspension, so then the suspension will firm up, or it can be a bit more comfortable. You can turn off the ESP, the hazards, the front and the rear windshield defrost. And also, because this car is equipped with the stand heating, you can program it for a departure time, or you can just turn it on. When the engine is on, it's just an on or off function. But if you click it after you shut the car down, you can get to the menu and you can pre-program when do you want the car to be heated up. There's also a button for the cameras, and this is for the driver assist functions. You can set it to maximum, basic, or the individual, and then the individual you can customize everything you want, basically distance warning and side assist, which is the blind spot monitoring. The pre-sense will tension your beds if it sees that there is an accident coming, maybe. And there are a lot of other features here. Above the screens, you can see that the top part of the instrument cluster is also wrapped in leather. There is a nice frameless mirror, and there are the controls for the sunroofs. There are two sunroofs in the car. The first part can be opened. It's panoramic roof, and which consists of two glasses. And the first part can be opened by sliding the first button to the back. And it's a one-touch open or one-touch close feature, of course. And the second button here is for the shade of the rear glass, which is really nice that it can be opened or closed separately. Maybe the kids or maybe the rear passengers want it differently than we in front, so that's a really nice feature. And you can click them close, and with two clicks also the shade is coming to be closed. As it can be expected, the sun visors have mirrors and they are illuminated. Also, you can see here the Quattro badge, which is also illuminated. It's part of Audi says it's the background lighting, which is the ambient lighting basically. You can change the colors to any color you want, and also you can find it here that it's illuminated in a turquoise color. And in the bottom part of the door insert there is another color. You can either have it set to just one color for the whole ambient lighting, or you can choose from a two-tone color scheme, or you can set it up for yourself. Also, I think it's time to check out the rear. In here there are also the same finishes and nice materials as in the front part of the passenger compartment, and you can also find the climate control for the rear two zones. It can be also adjusted manually if you want, or with a sliding function, or you can click it back to automatic. There is a 12-volt outlet here. There are also two vents in the middle, and one on each side, on each B pillar. And there are also storage nets on the rear part of the front seats, and there is a storage area within the armrest. And from here you can see that the shades of the two sunroofs can be opened up simultaneously, and it's a really nice view from here. And there are also coat hooks, lights and handlebars for both sides. And last but not least, let's have a look under the hood. As I mentioned, the car comes equipped with the 50 TDI 3-liter diesel engine. It says V6 TDI, which it is. It's a 3-liter V6 with 286 horsepower and 620 Newton meters, which I think is perfect for this car. It doesn't need more, but it still doesn't need less. And also the good part, at least for me, is that it comes equipped with the 8-speed Tiptronic transmission, not the S-tronic, the 7-speed S-tronic, which is basically a DSG or a DCT, double clutch transmission. This one is more durable. The shifts are a bit more on the smoother side, I think. and it has 8 speeds. So on the highway you will get a longer, finer ratio. The noise level and both the consumption and the noise level will be a bit lower. Anyway, this concludes our video, and thank you very much for tuning in, and we will see each other next time. Thank you and take care. Bye bye.